Sorry, everyone. I might make you really hungry at the moment, but if you're hungry, eat with me, or just suffer from the pain.
Well, I guess I should get into the practice of talking to myself.
恋つなぐため僕は来た。
我が一生は魂の一撃。
Alright, so we don't keep these. We will keep Death Mistress, just in case. There we go. This.
いい骨だし、誰も死から逃れられない。
We want to keep one attack or one health minions in hand, just in case we draw. Blanking on the name, but there's a card in this deck that cares about those for burial, right? The fact that we drew both Grandmaster is very bad luck, so... Oh, wow.
あなたの頑張り届いちゃった。
We're just gonna cycle hard and cycle fast. Against Dragon, we actually do need to keep Reaper of Madness. Very unfortunate that we had to order it that way. Even more unfortunate that we do a Conquering Dread Lord and both of our Grandmaster. Really bad luck. What can you do?
滅びの光を授ける。
Genuinely some very bad news for us here. What we're going to have to do... This only hits enemies, right? Yep. So what we're going to do here is just throw down the window. No, it does hit everything. What the hell? Oh, and the leader and all the followers. Well, you don't normally play him, so say Luffy.
称える権利をあげましょう。
その身を貫
おーちゃん、慣れ慣れしいですよ。この世界から跡形もな
Stream
く
on
消し去らん。
simulcasting since that's possible now.
外下し
神への忠誠我に示す
許さない。
魂の沙汰これより下す
天を拝せ
いい骨だし。
Maybe I want that.
口なき死が呼んだろ復活を望んだか
Throw it when it moves.
未練にしないから。
口なき死が呼んでおる 魂の沙汰これより下す
この世界から跡形もなく消し去らん。滅びの光を授けん。
So now, because of
均
that,
衡が
I can't
崩れ
touch
る
him. Very, very annoying. There. He won't be able to touch me either.
倫理の消え。
Actually, going to hold
命
off
とは
on
数
using
も素晴らしいか
Are we? Yeah. So we're gonna do this.
死が呼んでおる
If he clears all my wards, I can't take more than 3 damage at a time. It doesn't matter. Or does it? No, it doesn't. I haven't seen that deck in years. It's crazy. What can you do? Oh well. What did it?
「恋つなぐため僕は来た」戦わないといけないんですね。 女に決まってる。
なれ神
The reason we do this, instead of being worthless, is we want that extra drop. Just really badly. And it guarantees us a this guy. So now we need to brew it like 3 times next turn if we want to get our Skull Lords out. Which I don't think we will be able to do with our Dread Lord, Skull Lord. Oh yeah. This hand is awful. Oh, come on. This is just sad. May have been better to play Grimory there, but I think we're gonna hold just for the chance that we find something. You've gotta be kidding me. This is abysmal. To Atomy especially. Probably one of the worst matchups. And of course we draw Dreadlord. Okay. Yeah, we're not in a great spot here. We are probably just dead. Well, it's not often you see them lose that guy. Normally you would look at the other. You'd go for an Abyssal Kernel, but this doesn't have a second one. That's actually really good for us. Well, until he tutors it, of course. Fingers crossed that doesn't happen. Do some decent work here. Just gonna set back all of our shadows, but not exactly in a position to complain about that. Now are we? Sadly, we still die.
なんて恋。恋つなぐため僕は来た。海越え山越え屍越えて。いい骨だし。
Once more, we're drawing our summons. Is this the same player? I think they were using that before too. Oh well. We're actually gonna take it slow here. We can manage to get through, which is quite doubtful, but still. We may very well be able to solve her. This. Ooh, it's Flaming Class variant. Spooky. It'll be fine though.
何あんたの頑張り届いちゃった
Unless we draw a hand like that.
魂の沙汰これより下す
Now we're getting shagged. He just passes. Alright.
魂の沙汰これより下す
No.
口がきしがりよんだ復活を望んだ
How abysmal.
また会いました
At least you have some defenses, right? Okay, much better
いいと
honest.
ころが欲しいな
魔女の気まぐれ天地開略あれぞ過ち
開け死の門よ
天地開略あれぞ過ち
何度でも
You're gonna have to do death flares early
全部
again.
たがみでやっちゃってください
Femina Anatomy is very interesting, to be honest. I don't quite understand it, because we'd normally play her as a capstone sort of thing.
神への
Do
忠
a
誠
bunch of
我に示
cheaper
せ
things. So it's quite surprising to see it here, but oh well.
入れし了解全てを刈り取る
天を拝す
クラスをいじめるなら焼き尽くす
Kuro
憎い
does a bit less damage.
クラスのためなら
So they're out of it. Back staircase isn't popped, means they're actually in a very great position.
おかえりなさい待ってま
If
した
it
よ
pops naturally here, on their next turn, they don't draw for 2 turns. And by turn 7, you really aren't that scared.
じゃ
That
あじゃあって行くぞ
But they don't have to do that.
僕だって誰かの希望に
So we do have to worry quite a bit, in fact. I think that's our second. This is our second.
血がきしがりよんだよ
So we cannot get rid of her. She is in fact
魂の沙汰これより下す
魔女の気まぐれ
keep pumping things out of hand.
クラムのためなら世界すべてが敵になっても構わない
Get a ward up just
綺
in
麗に
case.
しないからいってらっしゃい
魂の沙汰これより下す
Get Grandmaster down next turn with her effect. For those who don't know, Grandmaster is a card that needs you to have more shadows than cards remaining in your deck. And then the first time you necromancy every turn, you get the shadows refunded and PP equal to those shadows refunded as well.
何あんた
死に触れる
この遺骨も私のもんだし
Alright.
あなたの頑張り届いちゃった
Reaper of Magic.
倫理の消
穏やかに腐る腐れ
Toss this away.
魂の沙汰これより下す
Now we have Necro Impulse and Deathly Tyrant, which is a very good combination for next turn. Especially if we can get Saradin,
死の門
though I doubt that will happen. As you can see, he has a exceptionally terrifying boarding house. I don't believe I have much in the way of ways to deal with it. On the bright side, he doesn't kill me. On the downside, I don't think I kill him. Turned ghoul would not work here. It would be amazing if I could just hinterland ghoul here, wouldn't it? Well, it is realistic, however. It's a racing people. Fortunately, it is unlikely I will be able to do anything else. Fortunately, it's unlikely he will be able to do anything else. What would be exceedingly great would be a Sarah Jr. Oh, no. Yeah. I go okay. We're gonna go for an hour, I think, so just 30 more minutes. I'm gonna try grinding for an hour a day, see if I can't manage anything either here or on Twitch. I'll probably start simulcasting. I just don't know how to do that yet. Alright, against Sword, we are expecting the need of Deathlight Hound. I put one in Ceridrin because I am hoping to get him out in order to do some things later, but I am going to keep one in my hand just in case I need to actually play him. Although we really do hope that that does not become necessary whatsoever. This is a high. We are getting 5 burial rights on turn 3, which is basically what the deck wants to consistently be able to do. The deck is all about getting burial right to 5 to gain numerous potent effects, and then taking it further after that. Because once we hit burial right 5, our leads start evolving, we start getting Dreadlords. As you can see, 5 means a Ceridrin on the 1 and pops on 4, which is very nice. Almost guarantees us to get a Death Sight on that turn. And it gets us very strong defenses as well, with a 3-4 and a 2-2 board, a draw, a ghost. Lakunda would have popped anything if they controlled anything. This is more than likely combo sword, so they'll probably build 1 or 2 boards throughout the entire game. Combo sword gets to, it generates 7 1-cost spells in there. Oh no, this isn't that. Never mind. I'm not actually certain which version of sword this is. Exactly like this. Right. I am not smart. You can't bury all right if you have a full board. Shocking, I know.
ちゃんは嫌いだよ。
Right. And we want to clear that, so that is loot cards, not I was mistaken, this is the loot insert combo. So the way this deck works is you generate 7 loot cards, which are 1-cost tokens that you can see appearing in his hand. And once you have used 7 of them, either through playing them or by fusing them, you attain the ability to generate much stronger loot cards that deal 3 damage and just burn your opponent to death in 1 turn through combos, generally on turns 7 to 8. Fortunately, his number of loot cards so far is 1. Unfortunately, the majority of cards in his hand are loot cards, and as you can see, he can fuse cards like that. So he is preparing for the burn turn now. And there's 2 more. So now he's at 5, as opposed to the 1 he was at just moments before. Death Life would actually be a very good idea here, but I want to dig first to see if we can't get this. Especially since we have Reaper of Madness. Well, he doesn't actually do anything here. So I'm and hope for the best. Could have gone Death Life with Necro Impulse, but that would only be 2, 10, 14. I would have been 1 off lethal. And that's why I didn't opt to go that route. With a Ghost in hand, we can actually do some very nice things next turn, if we live. So, chances of that, not the best, to be honest. Oh, so. I don't think their hand is that good. At least I hope it's not. By evolving, he gets to destroy a unit, which is why I wanted to play up multiple lords on this turn instead of just pushing some damage. Now, the way this combo works is this character here, they're Barbaros. He gets you gain mana back when you play him. 3 mana. And the retreat card they just played, that will give them additional... oh, well, that's game.
命とは覚悟素晴らしいか。
これでお前も自由だ。恋満ち満ちて。
Alright then. Well.
恋つなぐため僕は来た。未来はアーニャに託された。
Like before, we're going to use Call of the Great Arm to throw things turn 1, just to get our burial right count up at the start of the game. Ideally, our opponent will kill this, although it's not necessarily likely. It does seem to be not... No, it is spell boost. Okay, cool. I haven't seen spell boost decks that used Earthright for a while, but there has been new spell-based Earthright support recently, and that does massively help this deck. We're going to trade first, see if we can't find another. We cannot. Cool. So we'll get rid of our Dreadlord. And cry. If we drew those cards in the opposite order, maybe we could be somewhere. We are probably going to just lose this match. Yeah. We'll have to just play this and default him. It's not bad, especially since we didn't actually lose any shadows. But by no means would I call it good either. We will just push damage wherever we can. And cycle when we can. Both are highly important for this deck. We're not using Bone in here because we want to keep a Deathly Tyrant. Although, drawing the second now is unfortunate. Especially because we still have additional 10 shadows deck size. We need to play 5 draws. Them bouncing is also not great. That's never great to see. Least favorite card in the game. Well, second least favorite card. Gal helps just a little bit. And hold on. No, we just win. Cool. Yeah, they've let me hit face too many times.
追い詰める
So we actually get to win a turn before they would have killed us. Yippee. I guess more accurately. Yippee!
恋満ち満ちて
15 minutes left on this stream, I think. But I'm gonna call it a night.
恋つなぐため僕は来た
伊達や水郷大いに結構
We're actually going to keep a Grimoire just to make sure our demonic possession works. Turn 1. We only need 1, and we have 2 total in this deck. So we still have 1 in the deck to hopefully invoke. Preferably invoke. We'll see if we actually get to invoke. We've had horrible luck this stream, so we've just been hard playing it. This is most likely Corruption Blood. It's a deck that's all about drawing cards repeatedly, very rapidly. Very fun deck. And Death Mistress instead of Leads because we have nothing to remove. If there's no need to remove anything, Leads is worse until you're at 5, just because there really isn't much use in Leads. Just because she doesn't, what's the term? She doesn't draw until that point. So, we're actually gonna Saradrin. Because Saradrin at least cycles. And then we could do something risky, go for Bone Maven here. I'm just gonna Revive them, and it means we don't get 5 this turn. But it also gives us a better shot next turn. And we got a second Grimoire. For those of you that don't know, Grimoire, she can play herself from the deck for free. If you have more shadows than cards in your deck. So, you just don't really want to draw her. But we have had very unfortunate luck. What can you do? Drawing our Lacundulas, also very unlucky. You tend to want to keep those in your deck to add to hand. These cards are all actually really nice as just extra fodder for your drawing cycle. Corruption Blood needs to evolve. They play around this 3-cost card called, I forget actually, as Ravening Corruption. There you go. When it's evolved, for the rest of the game, every time you draw a card, you deal 1 to a random enemy. And that includes the enemy leader. So you just want to draw as much as possible once you're at that point. Oftentimes you'll see PTP, that's Path to Purgatory, a burn card. That burns every turn. But alternatives do exist that are very strong. This turn, we are just going to try to maximize our shadows and minimize our deck. Alright, we have succeeded. Actually going to evolve her for a bit of extra defense. Because the more HP I have on board, the less damage I'll take to my face. And we're not going to Saradrin because we have Deathly Tyrant, Necro Impulse. A combination that does 24 damage. We just want to save that. If they do that, however, what we do here is going to swing with her, evolve. The reason we're swinging with her is because Necro Impulse only gives +1, and he will kill her, so this gives us an additional damage over if we had just used Memory. It doesn't matter here, but it's important to have these habits of maximizing your damage for if you're in a situation where it does matter. Most of the time it won't, but it's a just in case. If they're at full health, that maximization may have mattered. If they had Chef, a card that increased their maximum health, that could have mattered. I'll go overtime if I'm in a game, but otherwise, we will just be ending at 8 PM. This is my first time streaming. I just wanted to make sure I had the settings right. Unfortunately, there's no one in chat to tell me if I sound good or if the volume is good or anything like that. So, just gotta make do with what we can. Very unfortunate hand. Very, very unfortunate hand. Oh my gosh. Next turn is going to be very nice, especially if we can draw one attacking unit. This is spell boost most likely. Again. Alright, we did not draw one attack unit, so there's our one attack unit. We're not gonna toss her. At this point, trying to just dig. We should be at 4 burial, right? Yep. So our next burial rate does get us an additional unit. Throw her out, we can get some stuff back. We're actually going to Krampus the Lich away. And then we are going to throw away the Death Knight. Sash. This is bad. We're going to burn a card, and we don't have anything good. This is probably worst case scenario, especially because our opponent, haven't noticed, is popping off. This is why I wasn't sure if the last Spellboost player was Spellboost. They'll tend to play a lot more units that can reduce their cost every time you play a spell, and these units that reduce, more often than not, you won't see an Earthright package because it's simply too slow and too reliant on finding both of the cards. Our opponent high rolled, as we saw, and still wasn't able to do anything. So here, if we could just draw at all, we'd actually be in a very good spot. Sadly, we can't, so we play both of these and hope for the best. The best probably won't be good enough. They probably disappoint. Spell boost decks are focused around a card called Dimensional Shift, which is the only extra turn skip card in this game. It's been in the game since 2016, since the first set. It used to be relatively fair, a pretty fun control payoff even. But now it's a combo card. Turn 5. Turn 5. It's like you're playing Magic, except a lot more upsetting. Alright, we have time for one more game, it looks like. Let's see what I can't do with this last game. Alright, Bloodcraft. This is more than likely aggro, so we need to take a very offensive hand. If we don't get that, this might be good enough. I'm actually going to pass turn 1 to maximize our chances of being able to use Spectral Stomp at full power on turn 2. Unless we draw another 1 cost that can cycle. If we can't get that, bit screwed. And we got exactly what I wanted. PogChamp. The reason that's good is, well, I think I mentioned this before, but Burial Rate 5 on turn 3 gives us a lot of defenses and puts us in a very strong position, especially leading into the turn after. Reaper of Madness won't matter in this matchup, primarily because we are facing a lot of chip, so we are going to be fine to get rid of that. We can get rid of Gremory through Demonic Procession, and we're likely going to want to use the leaves. Although, with Lacundas, we might not need to. Sorry, Lacundulas, not Lacundas. Right. Lacandula. Lacandula. Bad draw, but that's actually fine here. Session. And, well, that's just unfortunate. That means we don't get any liches this game, which is the big bulk of our actual threat. We drew Gremory, unfortunately. Now, next turn, we can leads and leads for 2 3/4s, which will give us some good protection, especially because they're about to summon a 5/3 and a 4/4, more than likely. This is because they're playing Wrathblood. Wrathblood has Floros, who summons himself for free from your deck if you've taken damage 4 times in a turn. And they also have a 4/4 ward that summons yourself once you achieve Wrath. Wrath is an effect that is active once you've taken damage 7 times during 1 turn. So we're just gonna get rid of these chunks. My opponent will have to clear them because they, when evolved, have the board. Very helpful. And if he kills them, I draw. So I'm going to cycle very quickly. We're at 13. If they both die, I go to 15. And I'll go to 19 as well. Yeah, there they go. My opponent is playing a new card, relatively new card, that just clears the board and makes me for 6. Very, very, very fun. I heal too, thanks to Michael. Once you've summoned 10 units, he will summon himself from the deck for free, and heal you for 2. He has rush. That's pretty much the only important thing about him. We're actually going to get rid of the ghost. Or how much attack does she have? She has. We're gonna keep the ghost to clear. So we're gonna get rid of a Lacundula. This draws us a card. We can play Gremory now. We can play the ghost. We can Bone Maven for a bit more HP. Get rid of that. It may have been smarter for me to have just gone for Necro Impulse. I am stupid. I am not very bright. I could have just gone for Necro Impulse and ended the game this turn. I did not realize it was in my hand. This is why I'm not Grandmaster yet. I also should have evolved Gremory. Get just a bit more defense. It's those little mistakes that gradually end up being the difference between victory. But we didn't lose. And so we win. And I think that will be the end of today's stream. Thank you to anyone who tuned in, didn't say anything, and I missed. Apologies. But, yeah, that'll be the end of today.